Someone here already? Or am I just watching myself? Oh, I should probably change the name of this, huh? What's up, second? I'm not gonna be doing anything exciting, man. I'm just gonna be cutting this crap. I'm trying to pull up a picture so you can at least see what it is I'm trying to put together here. What is the newest one? Maybe this one. Here we go. Zoom out on this little guy. Is it mirror? Should be the same. Okay, let me adjust this. Add my display. That's good. Yep. Oh, come on. There we go. This freaking thing, man. Yep. Rotate it. No regrets. Poor Zote. Poor Zote nothing. Zote's a giant turd. Man, he really is. But this is gonna be my... Let me adjust this a little bit. I can get some other pictures up here of the other stuff I've made. Oh my god. I'm the worst. Okay. Because I got Zote, and then I'm, the guys I'm done with. Here we go. No, you son of a punk. Okay. Yeah, now you can see them. So those are the two models I've finished. And they're actually, both of those are actually further along than they are in those pictures. The Hollow Knight mask is completely done. Um, I just need to put some sealant on it. And the Hornet mask has been fiberglassed and it's been covered in putty. The Zote is sitting as pieces of paper on my desktop. And that's what I am working on now because I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be able to finish it by Halloween because there's a lot left. Um, and I got work at 6 a.m., so I don't have a lot of time tonight either. What is the... I'm thinking of a music channel I'm trying to go to. Can't remember. Okay, whatever. I think I only have these 2 sheets left to cut out. And then it's a lot of gluing. A lot of gluing. Guess it worked till like 11 o'clock last night, so I didn't get to get any done, but my lovely wife cut a lot of these out for me while I was gone, so I only have a couple sheets left to do. There were 35 sheets like this in total, all with these little lines I had to cut out. But then they got to be scored and glued together piece by piece. What did she cut out on here? It's hard to tell. But the end result is a cardboard, oh, cardstock 3D model of whatever it is you printed out that um, is, as accurate to the original 3D model as you were accurate with your cuts and gluing. Um, so from there, you have that nice frame, and then you can decide whether you want to coat it in paper mache to toughen it up because the cardstock isn't going to be strong enough to do anything with other than use as like a base frame. Or you can, and that's what I did with the Hollow Knight mask. Then with the Hornet mask and with this mask, what I'm doing is instead of using paper mache, I'm using epoxy resin. And the epoxy resin is much stronger and much harder than the paper mache. It's the epoxy resin combined with um, fiberglass, and it's a lot lighter than using the paper mache with the paper clay, and much, much, much stronger. And it won't mold. The paper clay can mold. It deteriorates. It doesn't last as long. It's been quite the learning experience, though. Why is this so loose? I need to buy a better light at my desk. Having the light behind my head is just, especially with my giant head, it's really annoying. It's not the ideal situation for what I'm doing. So what are y'all up to? Oh, the hell, Holly? It didn't cut out any of the lines. Get it. I don't know what she did. Damn it. 4 people here, huh? What's up, guys? This is all I'm going to be doing tonight. This and some gluing of the stuff. The gluing might be a little more interesting because you'll see stuff coming together, but no Hollow Knight or Cuphead, so if you're here for that, you're going to be disappointed. If you're here to chat, well, this is incredibly uh, mindless stuff, so I wouldn't mind having someone to talk at. It's up to you whether you want to put yourself through that, though. If you have any questions about anything that I'm doing, go ahead and shoot. I'll try my best to explain. For me right now, it's 11:30 p.m. I gotta be up at 6 a.m. for work, but I gotta get this done. Even right now, I don't know if it'll be done in time for Halloween, but I mean, the important thing is that I get some sweet pictures, even if it doesn't, even if I don't get to wear it for Halloween. Oh no, Mark. They're gonna be masks. I'm making them for doing it for Halloween costumes. I got couple pictures of them on my son wearing his, the Hollow Knight one. If you're curious, I could pull it up and show you. I don't know where my phone is. I think it's charging. Yeah, I'll grab it in a minute. Oh, no, right here. Let's see. This is this works. There's the finished Hollow Knight mask. Oh, there's my son wearing it. God, you can almost. I should just email these to myself so I'm not doing it through this janky. The lighting's all jacked. Maybe if I get it a little closer. There we go. I need to put some foam in it. Okay, and there's my wife holding the Hornet mask up with the drape we've cut out for it. Maybe if I do this. There we go, it's a little better. She's not actually wearing it, she's just holding it in front of her head because I haven't been able to um, cut out the head slots yet. Thanks, man. Um, the Hollow Knight one wasn't too bad because there was a 3D model for it online that I was able to download and import into pepakura for the paper crafting part. But there weren't any decent 3D models of Hornet's mask or Zote online. So what I ended up having to do is um, I've never 3D modeled anything before, so I had to get on YouTube and watch a bunch of 3D modeling tutorials and hit up some friends who knew how. And I was able to actually make that Hornet model and this Zote model completely from scratch by myself. So I don't know, I'm kind of proud. I mean, they're pretty simple. You know, it's not like it's some complex 3D shape, but I'm it's kind of proud of myself for how they turned out because it seems like they both turned out well enough. We'll see how this Zote goes together and how it looks in the end, because that'll be like the real test. But I feel like the Hornet one came out really well. Especially her head is really hard to model in 3D. Thanks, Libby. Like, I came up with that because when I posted the first video of him, one of the first videos I posted that got a lot of hits, everyone kept going on and on about how adorable and cute my son was. I was like, well, you need to name the channel something. I was like, well, how about adorable gaming? At the same time, I almost feel like that name might limit us. Like, I'd like to have like a more general name that I don't know. For right now, like I'm just enjoying making videos and uploading them and that stuff, so like I'm not too concerned with it. If like the channel ever started to actually get really popular and it was something like we really wanted to get serious about, maybe I'd consider finding a new name. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Yeah, exactly, Mark. So my wife's gonna be Hornet. Um, my son had wanted me to be the False Knight, but uh, I was like, dude, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do a False Knight costume. And I'm glad I said no because I thought these wouldn't be too bad. And these costumes have taken just an insane amount of my time. I started this all back in September, beginning of September, and I still got, yeah, well, it's coming right down to the wire, really. But this Zote costume is going to be the Gray Prince Zote. I figured I needed to be Gray Prince Zote since I'm so much bigger than my son. It'd be a little funnier. So I bought like one of those like muscle chest arm costumes like that I'm gonna wear underneath like the drape and stuff. I think it should look pretty good. I hope. And if not, oh well. My son's Hollow Knight is freaking on point, and I think my wife's Hornet is gonna be pretty badass too. Oh yeah, like I mean, it's all been really fun. So I don't want to say like I wouldn't have done this if I had known how much work it was gonna be. Because because my son was like, I want to be the Hollow Knight for Halloween. I'm like, okay, we could probably like throw together a mask or something. And so I started looking into it and started like trying to figure out the best way to do it. And this is how we ran across like the pepakura stuff that I'd never heard about any of this before. So like, I did a bunch of research and found out and learned about it. I was like, oh, well, that doesn't sound too bad. I'm easily over 100 hours into the project for all three of these masks so far. I've been recording almost all of it, so it'll be interesting to see how many hours of footage I have. Oh, I totally will, man. Um, and not to like shill too hard, but I do have, if you guys use Twitter, um, I created a Twitter account for us. I think it's just Adorable Gaming on Twitter. And then I made an Instagram as well that I've posted a couple pictures to. But there's more pictures of the costumes, what's done with them so far on there that I've been posting a bit. Otherwise, I mean, I'm gonna end up posting a YouTube video with us in the costumes and how it all looks at the end. So, I mean, you don't have to go to that other garbage to see it, you know. And also, if you guys didn't know or weren't aware, the next Hollow Knight expansion releases tomorrow at like 10 a.m. It's like almost 10 hours from now. I'm Me and Perrin, my son, are pretty excited. Hopefully, I'll be home from work early and we can stream it or just play it. Either way, don't necessarily have to stream, but hopefully everyone else will be busy playing it. I won't want to watch any streams. Oh, that's funny. So, Fury. Oh, really, Mark? I haven't heard any. Let me see if they're talking about it in the Discord. I don't know. They didn't say anything about it on the Discord, but maybe I don't know, man. Fury. So my youngest, the 1.5-year-old, we're making. I feel bad because we're putting so much effort into these, and then his costume's kind of thrown together. But he's going to be a grub. He's gonna be one of the grubs. And we got a like a little onesie jumpsuit thingy, that a green one, and then we got a green beanie, and we got like some face paint and stuff. Oh shoot, that wasn't smart. I just was slicing this piece up. I had it behind my. Oh no. Yeah, that ain't good. Son of a gun. That was really dumb. Did I slice it all up? But yeah, so he's gonna be a grub. Yeah, right, Mark. Well, that's what my parents said. He's like, well, if he's gonna be a grub, we have to get a giant jar to put him in. I'm like, dude, where the hell do you think we're gonna find a jar that big? Oh Lord. Last thing I need is him trying to break a giant jar or trying to put his brother in a giant jar. But I got some foam left over from what I used for his sword. And I think I might be able to like cut that up a little bit and form it into like little stubs like the grub has, and like we could maybe like hot glue those to the outfit. So he's like my 1.5-year-old is cute as hell, so like he's gonna look cute no matter what you do. So I think it'll work out good enough. Yeah, no, maybe we should have made Grandpa be the grub father. Didn't think of that. Yeah, maybe next year I'll tell my whole family that my the aunts and uncles and grandma and grandpa that we're doing a family-wide Hollow Knight theme. But yeah, last year he was all about Pokemon. He went as a Bulbasaur. And I went as Ash. That one was really thrown together, but it turned out pretty well. It didn't take nearly as much work as this. Yeah, right. Hey, where'd the baby go? Oh my God! Jesus! Jesus Christ! Spit him out! Man, these are the last four I gotta cut. Then I get to start gluing. Where are all y'all from? Y'all like Europe? Or some of you guys staying up late like I am? Oh, cool, Fury. Yeah, me too, man. California. Oh, and I got a video I'm gonna post. I might post it tonight before I go to bed. I might post on our videos. But the other day he had woke me up. I got home from work late, and he had done something in the game that he like really really wanted to show me. So like it was a Friday night. I got home late, and I ended up working on costumes all night. So I probably went to bed at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Well, then he wakes me up at like 7:30 a.m. to show me this thing and is like super hyped about it. So I get up to watch it. And like I recorded it and I'm sitting there and he's like going through and like trying to get to this area. And I'm just sitting there like literally falling asleep and passing out and waking up and like dozing. It's pretty funny. I'll be posting that later. Like I didn't even realize I had footage of it. And I was going through my videos and I was like, what is this? It's like, I don't even remember that. Bangladesh, nice man. How did you guys find the channel? I'm really curious about that because I know like a lot of people came from other YouTube channels that like mine kind of got linked in, but I'm always curious to see like where like the subs are coming from because they just keep steady. I've had just like a steady trickle in, man, ever since I started the channel. It's been really cool to see because I just passed 300 today. It's like, oh, it's really neat. Oh, cool, Mark. What when I announced what? Like tonight, you mean, or earlier? Like the other day? Yeah, yeah, Mohammed. That video is the reason like this is even happening right now. I mean, not the costumes, but like the stream and the channel and all that, because that's the one that blew up that got me this, made me realize like, oh hey, I can put videos of my kid online and people will like to see them. Oh yeah, yeah, Mark, for sure. Cool, man. But it sucks because I haven't released like a large amount of videos because I've never edited videos before until I started doing this. So like I'm really bad at it and it takes me forever to do stuff that sucks. And I've had so much work with like these masks. It's just like, I'll leak out what I can slowly, but like the masks have had to come first. And I think after Halloween, I think after Halloween, like the amount of videos I put out is gonna pick up. We're almost through Hollow Knight. We unlocked the first Dreamer, the one in the Deep Nest, and now we just got to do the one in the two others. I don't want to. You guys haven't played, I don't know. But so we'll be done with Hollow Knight shortly. We'll still continue to play it, but like I told him, like I want to beat at least get the first ending before we start playing like any more Cuphead or anything like that. But yeah, man, he's been crushing it. I'd say Hornet was the boss that gave him the most trouble. That's exactly what it is, Marcus. Because Hornet gave him the most trouble because there's the least amount of like side exploring you can do before you fight her. Like there's only so much you can do, right? Well, then after that, it really opens up. Um, and so yeah, what we did is went and explored and got, we got a couple of weapons. I think we're two upgrades past like the basic nail, and then he was having trouble with the broken vessel. So we took a break from that and started exploring and explored like the edge of the world. I can't ever remember what it's actually called, like the edge of the world place, and got quick slash. And then he like one shot broken vessel because quick slash is broken. Um, and then like we got the dung defender in a couple shots. I'm sure he probably won't have much of an issue with the Hollow Knight, but we'll see. But yeah, Hornet took us. I mean, we were fighting Hornet for well over almost an entire month. Because he'd do some attempts, he'd get really discouraged and want to quit and not want to try, and it's like, come on, man, you got this. And then, yeah, Hornet really required him to learn the mechanics of dodging and timing and jumping. Where before that, you could kind of brute force your way through most of it. But I think Hornet was like a total of somewhere between 60 and 80 attempts. And then the Radiance, yeah, that's why I'm not saying like we have to beat the Radiance before we can play any other games because the Radiance is going to be something that needs to be worked on for a while, I think. Because the Radiance is definitely a step above. Which also that's why like Cuphead, I'm gonna play co-op with him because Cuphead is well, I don't want to say like any encounters. Uh, Cuphead's just a lot less forgiving than Hollow Knight. You can't heal like you get 3 to 4 hits of boss fight and then you're done. There's no like finding healing timings or ways to like cheese in that regard. So, dude, I need to make sure I don't ruin any of these because the file I printed these off of is gone. The unfolded pepakura file, which basically means if I screw any of these up, I can't really reprint them. I'd have to somehow get into it and find out and have the program cut it in the exact same way I did before, which I custom edited everything. So I'd be in big trouble. Oh yeah, and White Palace, like I think that's something that's like above his skill level. That's not something I'd have the patience to sit and watch him learn through. That's something I barely had the patience myself to finish. And again, I think because I've actually noticed he does pretty good with the jump puzzles once he figures it out. Um, like he does surprisingly well, but White Palace is just, it's on a whole, it's like the Radiance. It's just on an entirely different level than the rest of the stuff you encounter in the game, which is cool. I enjoyed it, but I don't think I'm gonna put that on my 4-year-old. Yeah, exactly. Fury with, and then the Radiance took me like, yeah, Mohammed, same here. Radiance took me over 20 tries. I got so close so many times, and like I play super aggressive, so I always get hit by stupid stuff, and the Radiance punishes the hell out of you for playing like an idiot. But yeah, that's what I was using, Muhammad, just the Hive Blood and the Grub song. And honestly, I mostly enjoyed it. It didn't take me too long, but I literally started playing Hollow Knight right after I had beat Super Meat Boy. So like nothing in Hollow Knight in the White Palace was like too crazy to me. It's like, yeah, I've seen this all before in Super Meat Boy. And if anything, the controlling your character in Hollow Knight's easier than it is in Super Meat Boy. I did. I listened to some of the new soundtrack. It's really good. The the music, the level design, I mean, everything in that game is it's just top notch, man. It's shocking the game was made by such a small team and is like the small unknown team that they were able to put together something that's just like so coherent and so consistently good from like every aspect. I don't know, dude. How can this team make a game, this beautiful sprite-based game like that, but then what's his face with the millions he got from Kickstarter can't make a frickin' spiritual successor to Mega Man that isn't total trash? Oh, Mark, exactly, man. Because it's like, I tell people, for me, I'm 31. I'm old. I think I'm 31. I'm 31. But, when I was in grade school, I was playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Super Metroid before that. Love those games. Um, and like playing Hollow Knight like literally took me back to like being a kid again, playing like Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the first time, playing Super Metroid for the first time. And it was like it's like an experience like I never thought I would get to experience again. And Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Super Metroid are only like both those games can be like mostly completed in under 10 hours. Hollow Knight, I mean your first playthrough, my first playthrough took like I think 30 hours and I think I was close to 40 hours to 100% it. And I don't think I slacked off by any means. That's there's an insane amount of content in the game. It's absurd. I honestly, Mark, there's story after story of amazing games that came out, and then like you read the stories about them, and they're like, oh my God, like we didn't have the money for this, we didn't have the time for this, we were limited on X, Y, and Z, and they made this amazing game. And then they make like the sequel where like the studio just throws every penny they want at them, and like what they create is kind of mediocre and blah. And I feel like you see it really often that like the limitations almost like help breed creativity. Dude, I know these pieces are like supposed to go together, but there it is. 151. I don't know if I want to do that yet though. They can go like that for now. Oh man, this is just the worst, man. Scoring all these is just the freaking worst. I just want to glue, bro. So that said, if none of you guys have ever played Castlevania Symphony of the Night or Super Metroid, find a way to get those games and find a way to play them because they are incredible. Even today, I think I might find like an emulator or something and have like my son maybe have like a series or something where we play some classics. I don't know. Right now we're kind of limited anyway because he only gets to play like an hour a day at most, typically, unless I decide to be a bad parent and let him play more. Like tomorrow I'm planning on cheating with the Grim Troop, but we'll see. He's gonna come out better for it, man. If he's gonna sit here and talk crap about other people's gameplay like Dean's, he better be able to back it up? I was thinking what I should do. It'd be really mean, but kind of funny. Is load up a gameplay clip of his gameplay from something, and let him critique it and not tell him it's him playing and see what he says. I don't know. Would that be too screwed up? Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, Mohammed, I'd like to get him to play some. It's really funny actually. Um, I let my wife read some of the YouTube comments the other day, and a bunch of people are like, "Oh, let him play Dark Souls," and she's like, "He's not playing Dark Souls." And then like the next day, she's like, "So in the car today, he asked me, why can't I play Dark Souls?" And she's like, "Well, he's like, is it because it has monsters in it? I've watched Dad play it before. I'll just laugh at him." He's all trying to convince her to let him play Dark Souls. We'll convince Mom eventually. Maybe when he's 5. We got plenty of other stuff to play in the meantime. Yeah, Fury, it's you're gonna have a fun time policing spoilers and idiots like myself. Did I screw that up? No, no, no. I got it right. Good. God, I hate these. These are just like the tiniest pieces with like the tiniest cuts, man. Don't even know what angle it's supposed to be sliced at. I'm so excited for this DLC, man. I enjoyed the last one, but this one seems like it's gonna have like a little more meat to it. Yeah, Muhammad, exactly. It's a bit it's a bit mature. I don't disagree. It's not like there aren't enough other games for us to be playing. Fucking 12. Yeah, I'm not gonna finish this tonight. I have to get some sleep. Yeah. Amazing chest ahead. Oh Lord. I love those games. I love them. Yeah. Dude. Oh. Try jumping. For secret, tongue, butthole. Ridiculous. Yeah, good night, man. Thanks, dude. Awesome, Mohammed. I'm gonna be here for a little bit longer too. Probably till 1. I should be in bed earlier, but I gotta get this done. I like to put, because I need, my issue right now, man, is I'm limited, like, I'm like hard limited on time. 258, 258. So this is supposed to go on here. Let's do this guy first. Because I'm going to be putting resin on this, and the resin has, I don't know what, this is right. Yeah, this is right. Okay. The resin needs to, after I coat this thing in resin, it takes about 6 hours before I can do anything else with it. Thanks, Mark. So I coat it with resin, wait 6 hours, hit it with another coat of resin, then I have to wait another 6 hours. After that, I need to start coating it with fiberglass and then putting resin on that fiberglass. Wait another 6 hours. Do more fiberglass, wait another 6 hours. Do more fiberglass, wait another 6 hours. Then if I'm happy with the coverage, I can start placing the filler resin on it to fill out and smooth out the body. Well, each coat of that is going to take 6 hours to dry. So, there's only so many hours in the day, like, that I can sit around and wait for it to dry. So, like, if I try to start this Saturday night, I mean, I'm literally going to run out of time waiting for resin to dry, whether I have all that time to work on it or not. So I gotta get this done and start getting resin on it. These pieces I'm doing right now are the most annoying, and they're the horns. The horns. They're very small. There's a lot of tiny little bends and cuts that need to be made because there's some more intricate details. Um, God, it's just a total pain. I don't know where these pieces go. That's annoying. So what other games you guys like to play? Sounds like you're all into Hollow Knight, right? Nice, dude. I never actually played it. I always kind of wanted to, but just never found the time. I always enjoyed watching like gameplay from other people. That's a lot of work in the last 6 hours. Yeah, man. Oh, cool, dude. That's not a bad field. Wow. Bunch of smarty pantses in here, huh? Oh. Dude, go for it, man. What's the worst that can happen? You fail or realize you don't like it. Whatever. You should absolutely go for it, bro. Nah, don't listen to your will. Just do it. Now, if it's something you're interested in, man, I mean, Yeah, I'm glad I'm done with school. I enjoyed school. Just didn't enjoy I enjoy, like with my work, when I'm done at the end of the day, I'm done. I don't have to take my work home. I don't have to take my work home with me. And I mean, I love going to school, going to class and learning. It was getting home and having to discipline myself to, you know, do the studying and shit at home. That was just always a nightmare for me. Yeah, I mean, what's the alternative? Is there something else you'd be giving up? And these little pieces just totally suck. I hates them. Hmm. Yeah, it's a hard choice then, man. I had no idea what I wanted to do. Then I just kind of fell into, after being in school for way too many years, kind of fell into the thing I'm in now. Thank God it all worked out and I enjoy it. Suck to go through all that school to end up in your career and be like, wow, this sucks. I don't want this. I work at Starbucks. I'm a assistant manager. That's mean. Okay, but really, I went to school for audiology, so that's, at least in the U.S., it's It's a 4-year postgrad degree, like clinical doctorate. I'm not like a medical doctor. Um, I'm It's a clinical doctor. I don't know how else to explain it. But so doing like hearing health, hearing aids, hearing tests, stuff like that. But I then from there, what I actually do day to day though is I work in the operating room with like surgeons and stuff doing neurological intraoperative monitoring. So like what me and the company I work with do is during surgery, we hook a patient up to a bunch of electrodes and stuff and connect them to our machine, and we're able to monitor their brain and spinal cord function during surgery. So like we're there to help, like kind of back up the surgeon and help ensure that that patient wakes up with, everything neurologically sound and intact and working the same as when they went in. So far, I've been doing it for 4 years now, I'd say, and really enjoying it. So luckily, I don't have to have my YouTube channel take off to survive to pay the bills. God, this is a lot of tiny freaking pieces, man. Oh, look at all those little effers. Will this focus? Will this autofocus? Piece of junk camera. It won't, will it? Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay. Enough of that. Yeah, man, it definitely stays interesting, that's for sure. The operating room setting is unique. There's nothing I ever imagined I'd be doing. Oh man. So these are the ones my wife cut out, and I have no idea. Sucks. This ain't cool, man. But I've always been like a huge video game nerd ever since I was in kindergarten. It's something I mean, always, always had an interest in, always been kind of obsessed with. I remember when I was 5 in kindergarten, we only go to school for a half day, and then when you're in first grade, you go for the full day, the full whatever time, I don't know. So my two older brothers, I'd always sit and watch them play video games, but I never got to play. But then, that was when I was in kindergarten. But the one chance I'd get during the day was I get home early because kindergarten got out early, and I get to play Legend of Zelda, the original Legend of Zelda, for a couple hours before they got home and took over. Yeah, that's bad, Mark. Oh, for sure, Muhammad. Yeah, man. Fortunately, the whole blood and guts thing never bothered me. But yeah, there's some people they just, I mean, it's not even like, I mean, they see it and like their body just has a reaction. Like there's nothing, it's not like, oh, you're a wimp, like you can't handle the sight of it. It's like, no, like it's just how their body reacts to seeing that sight. Like, we see plenty of nursing students and stuff come through where it's like if they've never been in the R before, they're like, okay, if you start feeling sick or anything, that's fine. That's perfectly normal. Just let us know. Don't fall over and we don't want you on the table next. Did she get these all mixed up, man? No. Yeah, this is not cool. 676, 448. Oh, there we go. I never actually got to dissect anything in high school. And I sucked in high school, man. School was always really easy for me, leading up to high school. And then high school was kind of easy for me, but it got to the point where it was hard enough to where if I didn't study, like I just got mediocre passing grades. So like I don't know, I just never had really knew what I wanted to do or had a lot of ambition going through high school. And then just spent a lot of time taking like general ed courses in college, which cost me a lot of time. And then it finally somehow got turned on to audiology and decided that's what I wanted to do and finally finished. It's tough, man. It's like, okay, you're 18, you want to go to college. Okay, well, what do you want to be for the rest of your life? Like, hell if I know, man. I thought I wanted to be like, I went into like computer science, and I don't want to say I disliked it. I never had a professor or anyone who like really turned me on to it, really got me excited for it. So I fizzled out of that. Then I don't know how it was there, but like then in the U.S., like the cost of college is absolutely insane. And they got these 18-year-olds going into it where they are going to be taking out student loans and stuff to pay for it, and the colleges and all the, counselors are like, "Oh, it's fine, you'll just take student loans out, and when you graduate, you'll have a job, and blah 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 blah, and you'll be able to pay it all off." And these 18-year-olds who don't know anything are like, "Okay, cool." Then, reality hits when they graduate, and their job isn't paying nearly as much as they thought it was going to be, and they get a very quick lesson on how fast compound interest screws you over. Yeah, the computer science thing, I've like it's something I definitely like my son to at least know about. So I figure as he gets older, like maybe we can get into modding or something, or yes, just play around with stuff like that and like learn how programming and the such works. We could like learn it together or something. Because I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, like knowing a second language is so important. Like, and it's like just a useful skill no matter what you're doing. I feel like computer science is the same way. Like the amount of people out there, man, who don't know their way around a computer is terrifying. Oh, yeah, Mohammed, that sounds awful. Just kind of do the best you can and pray. Is that 510 euros or 5.10 euros? Is he okay? Just don't match. Oh, how? That's awful, man. Really breaking the bank with that, huh? Jeez, Mohammed, that's insane. Well, grats, dude. That's an accomplishment, man. Here we go. Is it at least paid for by the government, or do you have to pay tuition then? Try to slice her finger. Yeah, that's insane. See, there's colleges in the U.S. that pretty much will accept anyone, but you're going to be paying 20 grand a semester or more to go to it. And the way so many things are going nowadays, anyway, is after your undergrad, you're going to need to go to a graduate school. So that, you know, 80 grand you just paid for that degree is worthless until you do another 2+ years of college, which is even more expensive. The way like the federal student loans and stuff in the US work, it's a totally broken system that just reams young kids who don't know any better. It's insane. I was reading something in the US like rating like the amount of debt owed. Like the number one amount of debt in the US is home mortgages, which that makes sense. Houses are expensive. A lot of people take massive loans out to buy a house and the value appreciates and whatever. Yeah, that's not alarming. The second highest amount of debt in the US is student loan debt. The US has like an entire generation of people who are going to be paying off, indentured servants to the freaking government for years and years and years of their life. Yeah, exactly, Mohammed. So like you go to the school where you pay out the rear end for, and then, well, like you pretty much get laughed out of the job because everyone knows that school's a joke. Oh, what the fuck is going on here? Oh, that's weird. Okay. Oh, see you, man. Yeah, good luck with school, dude. Rock it, man. Ah, so how old are you, Mark? Nice, dude. Cool. Were you you're from France originally? Oh, cool, dude. That's really neat. Australia and Canada? For sure, dude. I might be gone when you get back, so if I am, man, thanks for hanging out, dude. Really appreciate it. And if I'm still here, well, we'll see you then. Mm-mm. That's not right. Piss. Oh, there's people in Twitch? Why are 8 people watching me in Twitch? As Trey Flip said, shit stream I'm out. But for the other 8 of you that are here, it's your, you know, if you guys hate yourselves that much, stick around. Yeah, I see down to 7. There we go. Get out. Or if any of you want to chat, that's cool too. Where did 7 people come from, man? Oh, look. Wow, there's been people in the Twitch chat for a while. What's up, dude? Oh my god. Oh. Jesus Christ, there's been people. Oh man. Jesus. Oh, this is really funny. So I was restreaming this to Twitch and somehow missed that like someone must have hosted the channel for God knows why, what reason. And there's like pages of people screaming, "Dude, what the fuck?" I fixed that though. There's only 3 left now. Oh, really, Lyra? That is so weird, man. How many people were in here then? 1, 2. That is weird. Yeah, are they not equal? I don't know, man. That's too funny though. There are people freaking out in the Twitch chat. Oh, I think that's normal, man. Are you Mark Lero? Or where'd you come from? Piss. Okay. Dude, missed out, man. There's like shitload of spam. Like some people showed up and started trying to talk and they're getting all pissed because I was ignoring them. And they kept asking who Muhammad was. It's kind of funny. Yeah, exactly. They're like, it's a recording. It's a fucking recording. Chatter riot. That's pretty good. Man, this is all out of effing order, bruh. Yeah, for sure, man. It doesn't matter to me. Honestly, the reason I started even streaming these is because I've been making recordings of all my cutting sessions. I was gonna make like a time lapse, but it's eating up a ridiculous amount of hard drive space on my computer because I'm probably just recording it in too high a quality or whatever. But rather than fix that, I just figured if I stream it to YouTube and Twitch, I might be able to interact with some people like you and the other guys, and also it saves those recordings for me and a lower quality, which is fine, and I'll be able to just download that later and use the footage that way without it destroying my hard drive. Because I have some like recording files that are like 60 gigs. It's ridiculous. I did that on the wrong side. Shh, piss. Oh well, not actually a big deal. Hmm. What the fuck? It's supposed to have like a hard freaking. It's just a fucked up piece, man. Okay, do this a couple spots at a time, I guess. Oh no, what is that? Was it like some Half-Life thing? Yeah, dude, like YouTube doesn't even like save your comments and stuff, man. It's kind of lame. God, this is a weird piece. Oh, oh, how funny. I'll have to look it up, man. So how much school you got left, dude? Holy shit. That'll be interesting. So much work to do. Oh, how much school you got left? Nice. Oh, cool, man. What's your degree? Yes. Oh, awesome, man. It just seems like such a great thing to be getting into. Honestly, if I had half a brain when I was 18 and first starting out in college, I probably would put more effort into it. I mean, I got lucky and everything, ended up working out pretty well anyway. But like, yeah, dude, computer science is just so solid, it seems. And honestly, out here, dude, it's one of the few degrees you can get where, like, right out of school, you're kind of set, as opposed to so many other things. It's like, oh, great, you graduated. Now, time for graduate school. You can't do anything with that degree till you finish graduate school. Haha. No. This is interesting. I feel like I'm missing pieces, man, but I just don't know. Sure, there's something that's somewhere I'm not seeing. Blame my wife. Yeah? Why is that? Hmm. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Math, I have like a love-hate relationship with math. I always thought I was like terrible at math, and it isn't the truth. The truth was I never put in the effort because that's, with math, it's like so much of it is sitting down, doing the work, and hammering, the concepts in. I've always just been the type where like, well, if I don't read it once and get it, then I just don't have the patience for it. But like, as I've gotten older and used math in different things, it's doing math can actually, it can be fun when you're actually using it to solve a real problem as opposed to some make-believe problem in a book. And it's one of those things too where it's just like the logical reasoning and stuff involved with figuring out math problems and the such. I mean, it's a skill that's good no matter what you're going to be doing. Shit. I think a lot of my issue is just finally getting old enough and mature enough to like realize the issues, and my weaknesses and the stuff that was holding me back. Because when you're younger, especially like 18, 19, you don't, you just have a different perspective. So why Australia and then Canada? Your parents or family moved a lot, or military or something? Yeah, nothing very straight. Oh, I didn't do a good job when I unfolded these things. Oh, that's cool. It's actually my wife's cousin, and he's my friend from high school. He married a girl from Australia, and they're actually living down there now with their four kids. Ugh, four would be a lot. We all wanted to move back, though. I wanted him to move back because my wife would have someone to fight. The issue with us now is like we don't know anybody with kids. Like a lot of our friends and stuff, like either have moved away or they don't have kids. And dude, kids change everything, man. So it's a lot easier, when there's like another couple with kids to like, get the kids together and they play or whatever, and then, the adults can do boring adult stuff. But that's why you just exploit your children for thousands of YouTube views, right? Like God intended. I can't see of any way of this coming back to bite me in the ass. Yeah, our neighborhood, yeah, we don't live in a terrible neighborhood, but like it isn't a very family friendly neighborhood. There's like some apartments and stuff around us. We're kind of close to like a main street. It isn't like a suburb or anything. And then a lot of the I swear, like a lot of the younger families in California, I feel are moving out of California because it's so expensive. Like like where we're at, like a two-bedroom house, like 1,200 square feet is going to be around like $600,000. It's like there's families can't, new families can't like start here. So they all move away to other places. So what you get then is a lot of old people who've owned their homes forever, or a lot of older rich people who are able to afford homes. Or you don't get married, you don't have kids and save a lot of money that way. Absolutely, man. So, no. Why is this beeping at me? Yeah, dude, it's not a bad plan. I mean, shoot, I didn't have my first till I was 27, and even then, like most of my friends still hadn't had any kids. Where's this thing go, man? Oh, it goes right there. Baby, I'll tell you, dude, being out of school and just being able to work and focus on work is very, very nice. I mean, it comes with its own like annoyances, but man, not having to worry about an assignment that's due or a test to study for, all that crap, man, it's just wonderful. Frickin' wonderful. Hmm, she didn't cut these right. This should be okay though. of them got cut off. Fudge. Wait, maybe not. That's weird. These are really weird, man. I'm about to call it a night. I gotta get in bed. Be up in 4 hours. It's not very smart. Thank God for coffee. Oh. She scored these already. Fuck. Did you see what I just did? It wasn't good. No. Well, that one's definitely scored. Right in half. It's supposed to be one piece. I need this thing to focus on my hand. I sliced it in half. It's supposed to all be one piece. And I cut it right along the line and went right through it. So now I gotta put it back together. Somehow. It sucks. I can do it. Just gotta glue it and put some other paper over it. It'll be fine. It's just pretty annoying. We can rebuild them. Let me see if I got any pictures. Well, gotta wait for this glue to dry. It should glue back together okay. Let's see. I think I got pictures. Oh, here is in like the partially made costume. The helm is painted now. The nail I'm gonna paint tomorrow. Um, and we got like black clothes to wear under that. And I have to put some foam in the helmet to pad it out so it fits on his head better. Oh yeah, and there's the masks with the needle and the nail. Okay, anyway. This is good now. Okay, now I'll place my paper patch over the back of it. And that will fix it enough. Because the thing about this stuff, all this stuff needs to do is be sturdy enough so that, oh damn it, when I go to, I can complete my thought. That'll all glue together and then I can resin it. Because once it's resin, the paper doesn't matter at all. It's the resin that's providing the strength and the fiberglass. Yeah, the rest is just for like a general frame. Thanks, man. Yeah, so the needle and the nail, they're both made out of. My dad had some particle, some odd board. I don't know what kind of board it was. It wasn't particle board. There was some kind of wood amalgamation left over from. Thought I heard somebody. What the fuck? I didn't cut it on the right line. God damn it. This piece is all fucked up. Um. Anyway, it was pretty thin. So what we did was took. I can't do two things at once. We traced the outline of what we wanted to build, right? And then I'm gonna spit it out here in just a second. We traced the outline of like the nail, right? And then cut it out, and then trace the outline of the nail, get another piece and another piece. So we end up with like three, separate little nails. And then they glued the three together, and so that stuff ended up being our end result, and it turned out pretty good, I think. And then what I did with his nail is I got some EVA foam, and we hot glued that to the wood, and then sanded it to make like the gradual, like the bevel to it, bevel, and yeah, the result was pretty good, and then I was able to add like the lines in it for like the old nail by just taking like a soldering iron and putting it over the foam, and it would melt right through the foam and created like the lines exactly how we wanted. This whole thing's been like a pretty crazy learning experience because I had never done anything like this before we started. Spent like a ton of time researching it and trying to figure out the best ways to do this stuff. But to the point where it's like, yeah, this stuff better be freaking amazing because I didn't put all this work into it for it to be crap. It's interesting too, because with this stuff, like, there's like 100 different ways to get like the result you want, and everyone thinks like, well, this is the best way, this is the best way. So it's like you end up spending all the time researching like the way you want to do it. It's like freaking like, dude, I just want to find a guide. Where's the textbook on this? Like, this is the golden standard. Rather than like you end up basically on a bunch of fan forums with people like, no, you do it like this. No, you do it like this. No, you have to do it like this. Oh, look, man, this is starting to come together. Nice. And this mask, I have a giant head, and this mask is going to be freaking gigantic, man. It's like as wide as my shoulders, maybe wider. It'll be interesting to see how it actually fits and looks on. Dude, like I was playing PUBG for like at least a couple hours like every day before I started this. And I've probably played like 5 or 6 rounds in the last 2 months. My friends are all like, "Where you been, dude?" And like making Halloween costumes. Shut up. Leave me alone. Peace. Stay together. This is really strange, man. I just totally feel like I'm missing a horn, dude. But I don't see it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just in my head. Oh, no. Thanks, dude. Oh, why? I feel like I'm missing stuff, man. I'm missing a sheet. No, I'm just an idiot. Oh, so this is the rest of the mask. So the log is glued together. It all go together pretty quick. Okay, dude. Now we're good. We're good now. We're good. I found crisis averted. I'm just a dumbass. Nice, man. These are all folded and everything already. I forgot I did these. Because this is what happens when you work on this stuff till like 4 in the morning. Boom. Bad ass. Yeah, he better like it, dude. Or else he at least better pose for some pictures. Uh, he can be a little troll though, man. Earlier, um, what's his name? Like, you go on the Discord? Yeah, left. The marketing guy. Did you go on the Holiday Discord? I can't. But it was one of the guys who, he's on Team Cherry. He's one of the Hollow Knight dev type guys. Um, he was streaming, and I was like, oh sweet. So like I showed my son. I'm like, hey man, look, it's like this is the guy who sent you the stuff. Like he's streaming right now, and he's fighting a boss, and like it died to him, and he starts like, oh, what? He helped make the game? He's not very good for someone who made the game. like, like, dude, what? You haven't even fought this boss, and you're sitting here talking crap. Okay. I was like, how about you say something nice? He goes, okay, well, thanks for sending me that stuff. But it's really funny that you're not very good at the game and you helped make it. Like, okay, you know what, buddy? I'm gonna record video of you fighting Nosk, and we can see. Who's talking crap then? I'm raising a troll, man. Damn it. So I got my missing pieces, but I still don't know what goes on the tip of this. Oh, it's right here. Oh my god, dude. What the hell is wrong with me? You ever play Chrono Cross? Or Chrono Trigger? Okay. No, Chrono Trigger is by far the better. Chrono Trigger is pretty much like my favorite game of all time. And it's one of those things I doubt it'll ever be uprooted just because of like, I played it when I was like 10 or 11, so like nostalgia helps as well, on top of the fact that it's a freaking incredible game. But I'm listening to a radio station now that's just playing a song from Chrono Cross. Both the games had great music. Chrono Cross was just a letdown because it had huge shoes to fill. This is a pain in the ass. There we go. Nice, man. It fits. Oh man, um, my buddy from undergrad, we were like pretty much identical in all of our nerd tastes, but he got on this crazy like old school Super Nintendo kick and went out and bought a Super Nintendo and went out and bought Earth physical copy of Earthbound and a physical copy of Chrono Trigger, which I don't know if you know, like both of those games are don't sell for cheap. But anyway, he moved away like up north, and before he moved, he's like, "Hey, take these. I'm getting rid of my Super Nintendo. I want you to have these games." And he gave me a physical copy of both Earthbound and Chrono Trigger. And it's just like, what? Man, that was pretty cool. Yeah, man. Well, exactly. And I told him, I was like, "Well, dude, just so you know, if you ever move back and you want your games back, like, they're yours." Oh man, what's that doing there? No, come on, you shit. Cooperate. There we go. Yeah, this is good. Oh, nice. Yeah, so it's like I have a copy, but I don't really consider it mine. I kind of look at it as I'm safekeeping it for my friend before until he realizes like how stupid he was to give it to me. These horns are always the slowest part of the process. It was the same with the other models as well. It's past 2, isn't it? Yep. Okay. I'm gonna get this piece on, and then it is way, way past bedtime. sucks, man. I was gonna have like my case was supposed to start at like 1:30 tomorrow, but they switched the schedule around. I got the morning case. It would be good because then I'll have the afternoon off, but I wanted to be able to work on this all night and get a coat of resin on it before I went to sleep. It's definitely not happening. Not sure if it would have happened anyway though, because I still have a couple hours of gluing left, I think. Older brother or? Oh damn it, dude, the glue came off. Man, that's way too much glue. Okay. Yeah, it's like crack, man. I realize I can just buy stuff. It'll show up at my house. I don't have to go anywhere or do anything. Like Amazon now, man. I'm like, wait a second. I make money, and Amazon has all sorts of I can buy. Oh, do I? Uh-oh. Where's my YouTube dash? Oh, cool. No one else is trying to talk to me. Okay. Find I'm like ignoring people again. Okay. Where does this go from here? I think the other horn is just so much bigger. I don't have all these tiny pieces of crap, annoying little ones, which will be nice. think this is actually the smaller of the two horns. Where is it? God, dude, I don't know. Whatever. Where's my chat? There we go. Doing this is much more fulfilling when you actually see a shape coming together as opposed to staring at millions of tiny little shards of paper that mean freaking nothing other than your fingers hurt because you've got so much crap to cut. It's nice to see it actually finally taking shape. Ah, is this that one? Dude, I can't tell which one I'm doing. It's got to be the smaller one. No, no, it's not. This is the bigger one. What the hell's the smaller one? Oh, I am so confused right now, man. Whatever. Just keep going, I guess. Oh, I see. This is the other side of this horn. Shit. Okay. Well, this does not match up to this. Neither does this. That ain't cool. Yeah. Yeah, this is like a very long drawn out process. And this is the third of these I've done, man. Um, because yeah, I had to do, the other two as well. And the Hornet one was even bigger and was even more complex than this one has been. It was it was absurd. This is the right piece. Dude, I'm losing my ability to read numbers, bruh. It's missing, it's missing. Oh no, it's right in front of me. It's like I always say, man, you just gotta lose yourself in the moment. You know it. You gotta let it flow. Not that funny. No, no. Sorry. It's very odd, man. I have these like little shitheads here. I swear I'm missing something, but maybe I'm just crazy. Okay. I can get this piece on, then I'm done. For reals. For real, for real. You still playing Deus Ex? Video games. Oh, that's great, man. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Yeah, come through. I'm just gonna shut this off. Thank you. Okay, see you later, bro. Okay, man. Tomorrow, all this stuff comes together. Cool. Gross. Really gross. Giant effing mess. Okay, Mark. Hey, thanks for chilling, dude. You made this whole process is much more bearable when you have a little bit of company. Um, Good luck breaking into people's houses, and see you later. I'll be on tomorrow. I'm planning on streaming some of that expansion. Hopefully, my case doesn't go too late. Maybe start around 1 or 2. I don't know. But you'll probably be busy playing it anyway as well. So I'll catch you in Discord, man. Where the fuck did my dashboard go? Got all this fucking Elmer's glue on my hands. It's gross. There's YouTube. Okay, there we are. Yeah, dude, definitely avoid it. But maybe we can just what's your name in Discord? Is it just Lyriciter? Lyriciter? Yeah, I see you there. Okay. Cool, bro. Awesome, man. Good luck. Good luck breaking into those houses. Talk to you later, dude. I'm fucking tired.